Oh no! One of my favorite franchises isn't getting a Woke Slop remake! What am I gonna do? Modern audience Fable canceled. Pre-alpha footage and pre-alpha footage and masculinized lead hated. Xbox is screwed.
Modern audience Fable is in a disastrous state right now. It has been officially delayed. We know that they were scrambling to fix up the experience.
You think it's going to get canceled? I think it's going to get canceled. Either that or they're completely working it or reworking it. Man, I can't talk right now. What the hell's going on?
Every single teaser and trailer they've launched has been met with major backlash, and now Gamescom 2025 has came and gone. We didn't hear a peep about this title, and it seems like it could be further delayed.
Oh, damn, I missed Gamescom?
Or even canceled. I have a few different things to show off, but before I get into the topic, if you enjoy the content I create, check out the links in the description, join the community in my live streams, and consider supporting through Patreon or
Dude, this is gonna be such a disaster.
YouTube memberships. Now, we heard only a few months ago that everything we saw with Perfect Dark's remake was a complete and utter lie, that basically the developers created a trailer and it didn't reflect the state that the game was actually in, and that's why.
Yeah, and we've been complaining about this for a very, very long time, and it keeps happening and keeps getting worse. It's like they create a movie in Unreal Engine, and then they are trying to create a game that matches that movie that they created, and it just doesn't work.
Microsoft decided to cancel it, and I feel like that could be the case with Fable, even though this has been in development for years and years at this point.
How about we just get a Fable 4 that's slightly better than Fable 3 with even the same graphics? Why can't we do this? It's not that fucking hard. Like, why do you have to make it like modern? Modern doesn't work. Why can't games be the same size, the same scope as the Xbox 360? That was when gaming was the best. I feel like we've gone too far.
We only just got pre-alpha footage a couple of months ago, and every single time they show this title off, it's met with major backlash. I have a feeling that this is going to be further delayed or straight up canceled at this point.
I think it's going to get canceled, actually. Judging by the other Fable, the Fable games, Fable 1, 2, and 3, with all the lies that were said about those when they came out, oh, this one seems like it's the same kind of energy, but way worse. So I think it's going to get canceled. Either that, or it's going to be like Fable 1, 2, and 3, where there were so many promises and they were broken. Peter Molyneux.
So Gamescom 2025 was obviously a pretty big event. Gamescom is usually pretty large, though, and you would think this would be the perfect opportunity for them to highlight how the development is going and how confident they're feeling in this experience, but they didn't mention it at all.
Yeah, probably because they know anything that they brought to the table, if they tried to show confidence, we would immediately smell bullshit
whatsoever. So it says Fable is one of Xbox's biggest upcoming games, originally announced with a 2025 release window. However, due to unfortunate circumstances, the title was delayed and it no longer has a confirmed launch date. So it's not even like they pushed it off by 6 months or a year.
Yeah, it's indefinite hiatus. When was it supposed to come out? Oh, it was supposed to come out in 2025. Well, here we are, like at the end of October. And nothing. There's nothing. All right.
Officially, we originally thought when they delayed it that maybe it would release in 2026. It seems that it's going to be much farther down the line, though. I mean, if they are only showing off pre-alpha footage now, and they don't want to talk about it, that's a major red flag. Since then, fans have heard little to nothing about the project, and
let's go with the Bethesda energy, where they just are like, hey, game releases in a week. I want that. Let's do that.
The silence has started to spark concern within the community. That concern has only grown after Xbox revealed its lineup for Gamescom, with Fable noticeably absent from the list. This omission could hint at yet another delay. Now, I know we initially were kind of wrecking this game over its masculinized lead and the fact that they weren't going to be allowing you to choose your protagonist, and it seemed that they were just dumbing it down to be like—
Yeah, I was really looking forward to saying that I'm a fan of the old Fable games, and this is garbage. And then for people to be like, well, you weren't really a fan of the old Fable games if you don't like this game. Dude, I hate it whenever people do that. That's the energy that's going on right now with Pokemon. They're like, well, you aren't really a fan of Pokemon if you didn't like this game or the last ones. What, you didn't like the Let's Go Pokemon games on the Switch? Fuck no, I didn't. I haven't liked a Pokemon game since I think the last one I played was either Black and White 2 or X and Y. I don't remember which one what came out last. But I played both of those. I just don't remember.
A standard Western RPG that they were actually taking away a lot.
Or was it? No, it wasn't Sun and Moon. I didn't play Sun and Moon.
A lot of features from other Fable games, but I feel like that's even the
Or I didn't play Shield and Sword. I didn't play really any of the new shit.
least of our concerns at this point, because I'm not convinced that this game is going to even launch at this point. It says it's been a long time since Microsoft shared anything official about Fable, and the lack of updates is worrying. I didn't ever really see a whole lot of positivity surrounding this. Sure, there are a couple of threads on social media that have blown up that were supposed to be more positive, but every single piece of positivity is typically met with a critic and met with a little bit more negativity. I mean, if we go on over to the IGN trailer upload 5 months ago, it's at 775,000 views. Not great for an account with nearly 20 million subscribers, but it is being positively ratioed. 16,000 likes, but there's 12,000 dislikes, and every single comment is basically...
Dude, that is not enough likes. Like, this should be one of the biggest games. This should be one of the most talked about games.
Criticizing it or being worried about it. And if you even go to the trailer that came out more than a year ago at the Xbox Game Showcase 2024, this one is being negatively ratioed. 1.2 million views, 19,000 likes to 34.
Still not enough views, still not enough likes and dislikes for how big this game should be.
1,000 dislikes, and the comments are extremely similar. I hope I can choose to play as a white heterosexual male who is very toxically muscular and handsome. Y'all,
let me check something. Yeah, this is similar to Expedition 33 type views, and that was basically a B game. That's a AA game. A AAA massive game is getting the same views that Expedition 33 did on its trailers. What the fuck is happening?
Y'all really got to make sure Fable 4 has that Fable 1 feel. The lost chapters made you feel like you were actually in the world, like you were living in a dark, magical fairy tale. The music was a huge part of that, and everything just felt alive. Fable 2 and 3 were cool, but they didn't hit the same. They felt more limited, less free.
I disagree, because I like Fable 2 and 3 a lot. I think that I liked them more than Fable 1. I don't remember, actually. Because I was quite a bit younger when I played the first Fable.
Fable 1 had soul, and this game needs that. I like Fable, but I am deeply concerned that this might end up the same way as the Saints Row reboot, and
I don't think it's going to be that bad. I think there's just going to be some stuff that is major flaws. The whole entire game was flawed with Saints Row.
Definitely agree. I'd like to stay optimistic, but whenever we see bad piece of news after bad piece of news and just really bad gameplay teasers and trailers and really not a lot of solid information, and we see delays, it really just paints a very grim picture regarding the title. And
yeah, it really seemed like they built a world around an agenda.
I've liked Fable in the past. It's never been my favorite franchise by any means, but I would...
It's one of my favorite franchises. I fucking love Fable 1, 2, and 3. But it's been so long since I played Fable 1. I know I loved it, but I really, really loved 2 and 3. I got 3 when it came out. I went to the launch of that game. And I played it not too long ago and beat it. I didn't play the DLC, though.
definitely play this, and I would definitely give it a shot. Maybe this will come
I
out
did play the DLC when it came out. I mean, when I played it last, in like 2021 or something, I didn't play the DLC.
and be really good, but it just doesn't scream Fable to me. I feel like they could have just slapped a brand new title on this and people would accept it as a new project. It doesn't
Yeah,
have that flair and that pizzazz. It doesn't look like it's got a lot of soul. It just seems like another
it was like simultaneously too pretty and not ugly enough at the same time. Because let me tell you, the characters in the old Fable games, they were ugly, but ugly in a charming way on purpose because it was like a cartoonishly British game.
corporate reboot because they were like, well, we need to make some money after the past 5 failures that have lost us $2 billion. So let's barrel forward with this plan. And of course, one of the big criticisms people have had is about the lead character, which I just don't understand why they thought
Yeah, it's ugly in the wrong way.
this is the type of character people would want to play as.
Like, look at that. Look at how these characters are ugly, but in a funny way. It's like they're trying to portray these ugly characters in the new Fable as pretty. And that's not at all like what are we doing here? Everything's too smooth in the new one. This is perfect. Like absolute perfection. Like that. They're like this. This looks dumb, but I love it. Like, get your shit together, man. And this character, he looks so stupid. They're all silly. They're all silly looking and dumb. Like, give me a fucking break, man.
Do I think that she's the ugliest character ever? No, but I feel like you need to be giving people something nice to look at. And
Yeah, make it funny looking. This looks just gross. And like you're trying to portray this as somebody who's pretty. It's just not, and it's too smooth. If they made this character like a cartoon and really bulbous in the face, you know, it would work. But that's not what they're going for. They're going for like this ultra realistic look, like they do with every fucking game, and it looks the same. Like this looks like it could be Avowed. It looks better than Avowed, but it looks like it could be like Avowed 2.
and we have seen this become a trend in the mainstream industry over the past couple of years where you take female characters and you masculinize them and you uglify them, and then it's like anybody who criticizes it is called a sexist, bigot, misogynist, toxic loser, when really all you're doing is making it harder for people to want to buy your game. If all it takes is changing your character model slightly and making her a little bit more.
Yeah, and all the people that are glazing it as a good thing and telling me that I'm wrong, it's not helping. You need to do something about these people that are glazing your shit whenever it's bad. Like, I don't get it. They're doing it for social media clicks, I guess? I don't know, man. It's what they're doing with Pokemon right now. I noticed that all the people that are glazing this new Pokemon, all that they talk about is just this new Pokemon. And if you go to their posts before they were talking about this new Pokemon, there's nothing.
Like eye candy, and then you could sell a million more copies. You'd think that they'd want to do that, but that's just not their goal at this point. And with Gamescom already coming and going and hearing nothing about this game, I just have this sneaking suspicion that it's not going to get any announcements for at least a year, maybe even a year and a half. I don't think we're going to hear about this title again until like 2027, and then they're going to announce, hey, it releases in 6 months. If they are truly fixing this game from top to bottom.
At this point, I hope they cancel it. I don't even want to deal with this one. This one's sad to me. Like, this one hurts me because Fable actually literally is in my top 10 franchises. I fucking love Fable, man. Like, what? I used to play Fable 3 with my friends all the time, getting STDs, having kids. You know what I mean?
And it's still only halfway through development, then
Adopting kids and forgetting about them. bulldozing orphanages.
It's going to be a couple of years, and I just don't think, looking back at this teaser and trailer that we've gotten, that it looks like it's even close to being done. And knowing now that the Perfect Dark trailer
I'm tired of seeing in these games that, like, look, we can cook food. Look how good the food cooking mechanics are. I'm sick of that shit, man. I'm so done with it. Literally every fucking game. Oh, you want to pet the dog? No, I want to kick the chicken.
was basically doctored, that they edited it together so that it looked very good, and that they only really created one section of the game to highlight in the trailer in a very specific way. I just think that they probably did the same exact thing here. And of course, I don't think
that's all they should have done. They should have just focused on this. What is all this going on in the background? Nothing. There's nothing going on in the background. That shit's boring. It's too big, too open. I don't get it. I don't get it.
that is a really good strategy, given you're trying to make people feel confident in a product by lying about the state of the product. So yeah, I just think that this game is in development hell, to the point where it might be further delayed, or it might not even come out. So I'll definitely be keeping my eye on this situation. But right
yeah, I hope it gets delayed indefinitely and or canceled. Like, I just don't want this to happen. I don't want the fight over this to happen, because a bunch of people who actually didn't play the old ones are going to pretend that they played the old ones and be like, it's a return to form. I've got a link down there in the comments. You should definitely click it. Donate to the Fables Folly Farm.